Hey guys, how's it going? It's Neil from the Pentatonic Way, back again to show you how I would jam over a backing track I find on YouTube using the Pentatonic Way method, which incorporates all sorts of pentatonic scales and maybe a few church modes in there as well, just to add a bit of flavor. Yeah, cool. Today we have a cool, stone cold, heavy 70s backing track. It's pretty cool. I guess from the picture, it's supposed to be a Joe Walsh-ish. Has a young picture of him there. So we're going to check it out. The chords for this track are D minor, C to B flat major, and then it just flips it right back around. Wait, I'm going to start. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Neil from the Pentatonic Way, back again with the backing track here. Then I'm going to show you how to use the Pentatonic Way method over. We got a cool stone cold, heavy 70s rock jam backing track today. If you like this sort of thing, feel free to subscribe, like, comment. It helps us. That's a free thing you could do to kind of help out my channel, get the word out. I'm trying to spread the word that the pentatonic scale is 80%, maybe 90% of everything you need to be a great guitar player. All right, so I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but it's just the way I approach it. Yeah, so let's check out this track. Stone cold heavy track. From the thumbnail of the backing track, it looks like maybe it's Joe Walsh inspired. I don't know what particular track it is, but it's from Now You Shred, which is just a great channel. They have some of the best tracks. I won't say the best because there's so many good channels out there. So the chords here, it's going to be like this. So that's the A part, and that's going to be D minor, then C major, and then B flat major. And then it starts over and goes the opposite way. Right? So a bar, bar, 2 bars, and bar, bar, and 2 bars of D minor. Which means it's twice as long. That's all. And then it gets into a part where it just holds these two for 4 bars. Just back and forth between B flat major and D flat minor, and then it goes to B flat major, and then into an A7. All right, and that would be like the whole B section, and from the A7, it goes into, I'd say, the C section. Basically, it's just D minor. And then you have a C over D. So that would be, so you're holding the D in the bass, and you have a C there. And it's really a breakdown. So maybe use your fingers and pick it. Real mellow. Try to hold it. Pick it light. And that's a pretty cool part. And let me see, what's the next section there? Just scoot your head a little bit. There's that A7. Just want to make sure I get the settings right for my audio. 1 sec. All right. Yeah, I turned off the speech enhancement. I'm afraid it messes up with the guitar and the backing track and all that stuff. So apologies for any audio issues at the beginning of this video. So let's see. Here's that mellow part. Nope. All right, so there's no sort of transition. It just goes from that mellow part all the way right back into section A. All right. So now that we know the sections, let's check out the different scales we're going to use. All right. So for D minor, what would you use if you had to? If you're like, all right, this is in D minor, where would you go? You might have chosen, if you're like me, the D minor pentatonic, right? At the 10th fret, that's your D note. That would be the obvious place to go, I suppose. And then for me, when I approached this in my jam, I just ignored the C, right? So it just goes by too quickly. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna focus on hitting these chords, D minor and B flat major. So I have the D minor, and then like the B flat major, if I wanted to play a B flat major pentatonic right around there, I know, because I've done it a few times, I could play the 4th shape of the pentatonic right there. Because that's going to be your root, right? Your B note, here's your B on the 12th, here's B flat. So you have the 4th shape. So for the D chord, I'm going to focus on this note. And then for the B major, I'm going to raise it up. You can do whatever you want with those two, as long as you switch when it goes from the D minor, shape 1, to the B flat major, shape 4. Now it's just a playground, right? Just experiment. Just throw your fingers all over the place and see what happens. Of course, you have like your quintessential kind of bag of tricks on that first shape. Whatever you do, right? That's your first shape minor pentatonic licks. But then it comes up to the B flat. Try to take those licks and adjust it to the new shape. I don't know what I was doing. It'll lead you somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like, now it's just fun time, just jam in between those. Now for the B section, where it just holds the chords, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All you're gonna do is the same thing. B flat, do you remember what shape we used for that? That's right, the 4th shape. And then D minor, 1st shape, right? So yeah, cool. Now, for the A7, at the end of the B section, there's just one bar of it. But it's cool if you can hit that, because it's such like an out there sort of chord that, yeah, it'd be cool if you could hit it. And so what I would recommend is this. It's we're going to stay around there, but it's going to be the A dominant pentatonic. Now, what you're going to do, try to follow me on this. We got our 4th shape here at the 10th. Right? Move that down 1 fret. Right? So you have 9, 12, 9, 12, 9, 11, 9, 11, and then you have 10, 12, 9, 12. So that's A major pentatonic, but we're going to adjust it to turn into A dominant pentatonic. It's very simple. Right here, that note in the A major pentatonic, that's your 6th. It's kind of a nice note that you can play over major chords. But all we're going to do is raise that up 1 fret to the 10th fret on the A string. Now that's the flat 7, right? So that's how you turn a major pentatonic into a dominant pentatonic. You take that 6th and you raise it up to the flat 7. So in this case, you end up with 9, 12, 10, 12, then 9, 11, 9, 12. That's another 7, flat 7. Then you get the root here, 10, 12, 9, 12. Now, dominant pentatonic has 5 shapes of its own that you can learn, and it's super useful, and it comes in handy over dominance and like altered chords and flat 5, minor 7 flat 5s, all sorts of stuff. But or Lydian. Yeah, so I would mess around with that. That's what I would play over that A7. Because that's going to send you right back into the D minor. Now, for this part, the C section, right, that it's just a vamp, right, on D minor, C. So what you could do is you could play either D minor or you could play C major. I think I played C major and really just kind of, because I wanted to lift it up with that sort of sound. At one point I was just playing all sorts of like crazy, I think it was C major. Maybe I was playing C mixed Lydian. One way I kind of think about this is I combine the 2 pentatonics on most of the movements. Right, we have D major, D minor, sorry. Right, and then we have B flat. So the B flat there makes me think that we're going to want to play C mixolydian, because B flat is the flat 7 of C mixolydian. So yeah, if you were just blazing 3 note per scale, 3 note per string church modes over this, I'd recommend C mixolydian. And if you don't know what that is on the neck, it's 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12. Those are the first 3 strings. And then you got, what is that? 9, 10, 12, right? And you take that shape up a string and a fret, and you got a 10, 11, 13, and then 10, 12, 13. Most of what I'm doing is just ham-rocks. I like how it sounds. Sorry. Sometimes I get lost in the legato. Legato lost. Anyway, that's how I jam over the whole thing. At one point, I think I had a lot of success on that C part, just jamming C major pentatonic, which would be the 4th shape here on the 12th fret. So 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15. But I liked how it sounded if I switched to my thumb and just did octaves, which is, takes a second to kind of get used to following that shape along with both your fingers. But it doesn't have to be anything complicated. Just kind of mess around. It doesn't have to be like shredding over it. Like I think over this part, it can be very mellow. That's what you're going for there. And then I think coming out of that, going back into the, I think one time that's where I started early with the legato stuff, because I thought that would be cool. Like it's still going. release it, like it's getting all crazed up, like a dog at the beginning of a dog race. It's in the kennel, and then it's like, here comes the A part. Let it free, release the hound. Or a car sitting there revving its engine, and it's like, and it takes off or whatever. I don't know. These are things that run through my head when I'm jamming. You think it's notes and stuff, but it's more like movie scenes or like feelings, I guess. Like, oh, this would feel cool. Anyway, that's what the pentatonics allow you to do. You can kind of say, oh, I know how to play this shape and that shape. Then you just, your fingers know where to go, but your brain can go daydream and be like, oh, let's make this sort of feeling, or this, make it sound like this part of a movie felt or looked. I don't know. That's where the artistic side comes in. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'm going to put the link for the track under there. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. I love to hear from you guys. And if you want to learn more of this type of stuff, you can check out the Pentatonic Way. I have courses over there, but actually I am making them all into a membership. So you can have all the courses, a community, live chats with me every week, a couple of them. Yeah, lots of cool stuff over there. I'm very excited about it. Should be out in a month or two. I'm really, really working hard on it. But I think it's going to be cool. I know it's going to be cool, and I want you there. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You know who I'm talking to. All right. I will talk to you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.